Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neeleys Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neeleys family. Check them out online at NeeleysFamilyDistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss why we don't yet have a Neeleys Family Distillery TV show. My name is Kathy Cool. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guests Darren McCroy and Lori Mangum.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, so yes, we're going to be talking about the Neeleys and why we think that they need to have a TV show. That would be ideal. Who doesn't want to see that? But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Kathy said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Kathy?
Yes. Okay. You have to appear on one of these following reality challenge shows.
Okay.
Ooh.
You cannot be eliminated until there are 5 people left. So you can't just go on and blow it and go home.
Okay.
Your choices are
all right.
American Idol,
Okay.
The Amazing Race,
Okay.
Survivor, or The Bachelor / Bachelorette, depending on your preferences.
Okay. I think I would enjoy the adventure of The Amazing Race. Now, I'd have to get the right partner because there's some of that stuff I can't do. They have you climbing stuff or what. Sometimes it's, and then you zip line down. I'm too old and big to do some of those things, so I just have to make sure I get with the right person. I can drive a stick shift, though. That's helpful in that game.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Oh, well, I can do that. So, yes, that's the one I would compete in. Yes, that's it. I was hoping you were going to say Big Brother because I'd be in on that one, but you didn't say that. So, out of that group, that's the one I'll pick. How about you, Lori?
I would like to say American Idol because I think that would be a blast, but I also tend to freeze up when I have to sing in front of people. So I'm going to stick with the Amazing Race. I'm really good at public transit and,
that's
and
also
navigating
helpful.
new spaces and
Yeah, all right. That's good. I think you would be good at that show for sure. Yeah, that's a big skill, being able to navigate public transit. That's a lot of it. They have you get your own stuff and all that, so book your own tickets. So.
My dad and I talked about this at one point because we both loved Amazing Race, and he said, "Okay, I'll do all the snake challenges because I can't stand snakes, so that's his deal."
Okay,
snakes is on Dad, but water challenges are on me because I'm a good swimmer, and he thinks he's going to drown in 3 feet of water. So. That's the skill separation there. Snakes and water.
Who would eat the gross stuff? Because that's where I would also need a good partner because I can't eat gross stuff.
Ooh, well, it depends on how gross, Steve. I've had a lot of fried bugs in Southeast Asia because there's snacks there.
Okay.
Just like you can't buy Skittles, but you can buy cinnamon crickets.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Darren, what of those shows would you go on?
I would definitely probably choose Survivor.
Okay.
But that's because I know that skill set. I could not make it on American Idol. I know that for the fact. It has been proven genetically. My family is one of the worst singers to ever exist as humans. It's not good. Anyone.
Nobody in the family.
Nobody that I know of.
Okay.
Surely somewhere, but no one related to my father. It's all his fault. And then Bachelor, whichever I don't watch that show. Whichever one makes sense. I would punch somebody. I could not deal with that. It would. So
what if you were the Bachelor and all the girls were coming after you?
That'd be kind of fun.
Maybe
I'll do that show.
Be bad, but
Steve is changing his answer, and all the contestants are Kate Upton.
Kate Upton, yes, it's the special Kate Upton year. So yes, all contestants are Kate Upton. Wow, that would be fun.
And I think Amazing Race would be really, really fun. I just think I could do better at Survivor. I think I got that one.
You got the beard for it, man. You're ready.
He's got the beard. Okay. I wonder if Darren would be good at that show. Maybe. He likes to camp. That's a big part of it. Oh, yeah. Outdoor. You gotta know your way around outdoors.
Probably knows how to make a fire without matches.
Probably can do that.
There you go.
Can do that. Yeah.
So when I was in Panama, I actually my tour guide's wife was on Survivor.
Really?
And
really?
Yeah, I know, right? But she was really interesting in all the stories, and like they make it seem a lot harder. Well, at least for her, but she had grown up in the woods like her whole life in Panama. Wow. And so she knows everything about tropical islands and stuff. And it was evidently as easy as day. And so they like kept throwing her different like challenges behind the scenes just to make sure that she wasn't winning it too easily.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
That's the story they told you.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you look up any videos to verify after the fact? That
yes, she was definitely on the show.
Oh,
okay.
We found the videos. There was like in their house that we stayed in when we stayed on their island. There was like photos of the whole cask and everything going on there.
Really?
And this tour guide supposedly gave Bill Gates his tour of Panama when he was down in Panama. So I don't quite know.
Top shelf.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Here's an interesting bit of trivia. Bad tipper. He was a bad tipper. He only gave $6 on a full day tour.
What, Darren or Bill Gates?
Bill Gates. I really don't actually know that. I don't know that. But that'd be funny if it was,
I don't think it's worth Bill Gates' effort to pull out $6.
I know that's the key. That's the funny element of that story, because if he didn't tip at all, you could be just like, well, he didn't know he was supposed to tip. But if he tips $6, then it gets really, really weird. Right?
You're right.
Like an assistant or someone with him to handle that.
Probably. I would if I had that much money. I'd have an assistant to handle the tips and that.
I mean, you need a handler as it is, Steve.
This is true. This is true, and I'm not rich, so yes, I can't imagine if I was in Bill Gates' situation. So, Kathy, you asked the question. What of those shows would you be on?
It would be Amazing Race, but I didn't know I had to eat gross stuff. I can eat gross stuff if it's cooked.
Sometimes it's not. It depends on the year.
Like they're going to hand me a tarantula and say, "Eat this."
Yeah,
maybe
possibly.
like a worms or.
Well, then I want to be on Lori's team.
You assume Lori will do it.
Eat your bugs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely Amazing Race.
Can one of you two drive a stick shift? Either.
Sure.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's been like 20
years.
No,
the funny thing is,
sure it comes back.
Who goes on that show and then doesn't even bother to learn beforehand?
That's true.
You've had times when teams didn't know how, and it's like, how's that possible?
But don't you love the videos nowadays where they've got like a camera down into a parking lot and people try and steal a car and it's a stick shift, so they get mad and like get out and run away?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how to do
what is this?
Oh no, Steve, that's a great rabbit hole. You just go watch people trying to steal cars and then they fail. And like oftentimes they'll go out and like kick the tire really hard and then they're limping away because they break their foot or they get caught around the corner. It is a great time waster.
Or like watching people try and use a rotary phone.
Phone. I don't understand why that would be hard.
No, the rotary phone.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I think I could figure it out. I haven't actually used one, but I could figure it out.
It seems pretty simple to me. I don't know.
We had one in our basement when I was a kid, and I thought that was the cool phone to go downstairs and use until my mom told me it was not actually the cool phone.
My mom still has one in her basement. I don't know if it still works. I don't know if it's even plugged in, but it's down there. It's from leftover from when we got our basement fixed up. And my buddy Charlie says he wants that. My dad's always said he could have it because my buddy Charlie was like, "Can I have that, Larry?" My dad would be like, "Not yet, but I'm leaving it for you." So I'd like to ultimately see Charlie get that phone. My mom, she's very. My mom doesn't get part with anything. So yeah. So yes. So it's not going anywhere for the moment. Mom won't allow it. So yeah. My dad was a much more generous guy. So mom always ruled the house though. So it's her rules. So she's got to play by them. All right. Well, guess what? On that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Steve. Steve. All right. I've got barrel bourbon here. This is a selection for the New Orleans Bourbon Festival. I was part of this one. Here we go. Pretty quiet. Not much going on there. It would take darn near a miracle for me to win this, but stranger things have happened. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Kathy, you're next.
I want to see. Darren, do you have another full bottle?
I opened it on Thursday. You've tasted this one.
Okay. I want to see what I can compete with. All right. I'm going to pull out my Wollersheim.
Okay. That's been opened.
This is the 118.6 proof.
Those have great corks.
Oh, jeez. Ridiculous. Ooh. Kathy has the lead. All right. Darren, you're next.
I've got some Peerless Rye whiskey.
No. Nothing going on there.
Lori,
you're last but not least. Kathy leads this thing.
I don't anticipate there being much here. If it were poker, I would fold.
No.
I did put it on a little tighter. No.
I heard something this time. There was improvement.
There was evidence of cork popping.
Yeah, there was evidence of cork popping. Last time I just heard silence. So, cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it'll be time to talk about the Neeley family distillery. Do we want to see a TV show? We'll do that after the break. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. We're also sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop focuses exclusively on barrel picks. It's the job of owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot to seek out distilleries that are making the best whiskey in the world, taste through their barrels, and select the ones that are off-profile in the best way possible. They have high standards and refuse to allow anything into their store other than something they would be proud to have their name on. This leads to some really awkward conversations with distilleries that can't make it, but they do it for you, their customers. Learn more about what is going on at their St. Louis-based store by heading over to abvbarrelshop.com. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neeley Family Distillery. Royce Neeley is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neeley Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neeley arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neeley and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neeley Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeeleyFamilyDistillery.com.
I have a bottle of Lee W. Sinclair from Spirits of French Lick.
All right, let's just take a break, and when we come back, you can't beat that. I mean, it's a fucking.
That was like the best cork pop ever.
We'll just isolate that and use that for the official sound of cork pop. I mean, my God.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are discussing the sad state of things because the Neeleys haven't turned their lives into a reality TV show yet.
Yeah, they got to do this, right? I mean, is there a business anywhere that would be more interesting than what's going on at Neely Family Distillery to see that in action?
Oh,
I
no.
mean,
I can't think of one personally.
No.
How has this not happened yet? Who do we need to call to start some kind of a petition to get this going?
Get this thing going, yes. Yeah. I feel like it needs to happen. I mean, you think about Royce as a character, Becca as a character, his parents are characters. Papa is he's a character. You've got all of his uncles and stuff like that. I mean, every single one of them could have a spin-off series. They're so good, but to put them all on one show, maybe it's too much. Maybe the people have been interested to be like, there's just too much here. Yeah.
Too much content.
Yeah, too much content. Well, so I don't know.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
So,
all right.
just because someone's got to. I think from my little interactions with Royce, I think he might get a little pissed off if people were following him around everywhere. And
he was
good for the show.
Left and right.
It's good for the show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that would be good. And then you think about all the other cool people that are coming in there. I mean, Laurie Mangan could show up one day.
Steve Agley could show up.
Kathy Cool, Darren McCroy. I mean, there's all these other characters that could possibly show up, like the Robinsons, like the world's nicest people.
Oh my
They
gosh.
show up one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that all that stuff would be fun too, to see who's coming in. And then, Laurie Turner Wathen, our mutual friend. How great would he be on an episode?
He would be super fun up there.
They would do a spin-off if he walked in.
Yeah,
That's true.
He'd end up getting his own show for sure.
He is a character in and of himself.
Yeah, his would be after dark though, because they would have to leave it all the cussing.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's not suitable for families.
he definitely drops a lot of F-bombs. And that's just who he is.
I think the Neely show would be better if it was after dark too. Like, I know that they are really good about not cussing at the distillery, but I think if it was just full, whatever came to their mind came out, I think I would not leave my TV.
I don't know that I've ever heard of the Neeleys. I'm sorry, I was thinking of Robinsons.
What about
I don't think they've ever cussed.
Who, the Robinsons? I don't think so either.
Probably not.
I don't think the Robinsons cuss. Now, it's amazing how they don't mind being around all these degenerates of like people like us. They're such nice people. I don't ever understand that. So that would be the interesting thing too, because you're right, Darren. They don't cuss. No one will hear the Neeleys cussing at the distillery because, in particular, and I don't think his dad likes it either, but for sure his mom doesn't like it.
Michelle would not be here for that.
Michelle does not allow that. So yes, that would be interesting. She'd probably lay down the rules: no cussing on the show, and the producer would be like, "You just got to be yourselves. Come on, let loose.
Yeah, be free."
Right. Yeah. So
Nothing but beeps.
Yeah. There'd be a lot of beeping in the after hours when they go home, and Becca's yelling at Royce to put clothes on before he walks in front of an open window.
Right. All that kind of stuff.
There's also that problem. Like, Royce oftentimes walks in front of cameras,
naked.
right, when you're recording, Steve?
Exactly. Yes. We had an event one time where he strolled by. Molly Wellman was talking at the time. There goes Royce. He was wearing his underwear. I'll give him credit. He was wearing underwear. And he just goes strolling by. But he was as confident. I mean, it was the confident walk. Just walks on by. Oh, God. He claims he had no idea. I would guess he didn't. He was telling me, you gotta, don't publish that show. I always would put him out on the internet afterwards. And he was like, you can't put that one out there. So him strolling by in his underwear. So
they probably have an episode while Becca was hosting.
It could, it could focus on the shows and stuff like that. Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah. That would be interesting for the show too, because you would get to see that difference as viewers. Because what confuses a lot of our people, they, people that listen to the podcast, the Bourbon Daily, they assume Becca's going to be like that. Then they go up to the Neely Family Distillery and they meet Becca for the first time, and she's quiet and fun and nice, but not yelling at you. not cussing you out, not screaming at everybody, all the people that work there and stuff. She's not like that. But people who don't know think that's how she is, but she's not like that just in real life. On the show, definitely. But, yeah. So that would be fun too, to show that side of her for sure.
And then like on the road when they go to bourbon festivals
and
Key West with ABV and things like that.
On the road.
Yeah.
Those would be great shows for sure. So that would be fun stuff. Yeah.
I do see Royce having like no patience for any of this though.
Yeah.
If anyone was going to be like, I can't handle it, it probably would be Royce. Either that or his dad.
Yeah. Yeah, what'll get interesting about these things, I don't think you get paid very much when you start out. I think it's very low. I mean, you're making, like $10,000 an episode or something like that, because they know everybody wants to be on TV. So they get you, they lock you in. And then when it's like time for renewal, then if you're popular enough to, sign that second agreement with them, then it gets to be some really big money. I mean, some of those reality stars are, making $25 million a show. Big money, because it's crazy. Because they know that they'll be able to sell syndication rights and all that stuff. So they really move it up. So if they got to that point, Royce would have to deal with all that stuff. Because then you're talking real money. Yelling at someone and threatening to kick them out of your distillery when you're making $10,000 an episode is very different than you're making, $25 million a year. So
I have a question. We talked about the special guests that would appear there.
Yes.
Who would be the fan favorite special guest that you could see walking through there, and then they make them a returnable character, and then something happens and they move in down the street and nowhere Sparta?
There's several different angles here. I mean, I feel like Bronner would be a fun character to come in. He comes in. People would like Bronner because he's a funny guy. He's a character. Very high with the female demographic would be Andrew Webrink. He comes in there and he's got some experiments going on in Neeleys warehouse, so they could have him checking on those and stuff like that from Independence Day. He's very popular with the female demographic. So that could be a popular one. Who else? Molly Wellman. Molly Wellman would be one that would be. She was just there the other day. She was just there on Friday. So she pops in all the time. She doesn't live far from there, so she would be maybe
that'd be a big one.
Yeah, she might be the most popular one, I would think, out of all of them.
She's third popular in all the state.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
wow. Yeah. So you've got.
I think Steve would have a good job being a returning character too. Like people.
I hope so.
But they would have to refer to you as like the Colonel.
Yeah,
the Colonel. Yeah, I'd just be the Colonel. I'll tell you what, we would have had some good times filming some of the stuff Royce and I used to do back in the day. I don't know that we get to do as much fun stuff like we used to, but man, we had some fun times.
Oh man.
Days when we just live at the distillery. Maybe we'd have to go back to that. They'd be like, all right, we're going to put you back where you two live. Royce is living at the distillery, Steve's visiting and staying at the distillery. Watch the shenanigans that happen then. So, yeah. The time his grandfather almost shot me, all that kind of stuff would be good. Yeah. Hopefully that would be fun. It's got to happen. Someone's got to do that. I know that there was a production company interested for a while in having them on, and they made the sizzle reel and everything. I don't know if Royce and Becca will ever share that, but they have a sizzle reel that was used to generate some interest. But anybody who saw that and then didn't pick that up is crazy, because that's the real thing. What you saw there is not them acting and trying to get a TV show. It's just them. So yeah, fun stuff. So hopefully one day it comes through. It comes through. So
start a channel, Steve.
Yes, I'd love to do that. That would be like my dream.
That would be fun.
Run a TV network type of thing. Would be cool. I think I could come up with the content. I just don't know how that happens. So we'll see. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me waiting on pins and needles for this show to drop at The Bourbon Adventures.
All right, Lori.
Y'all can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Spirited Curves.
All right, Kathy.
I'm on Instagram at KK Cask Strength.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got that company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. That's the one you got to check out. Everything that we do is out there. We put all of our previous shows. We got Bourbon Zeppelin out there. We've got Quick Bourbon Notes, our most popular publication. All that's available and much more at abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. The place where you can try before you buy is the ABV Barrel Shop. You can sign up for our email and text distribution so you know what's going on over at abvbarrelshop.com. Kathy, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Finance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some of the great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro is owned and operated by Russell Creed, who makes stills for the hobby distiller. He offers a one-stop shop for everything the at-home distiller needs. Whether it's a small, experimental stovetop still or something bigger you run outside, he has the still or parts you would have difficulty fabricating yourself if you were trying to build a DIY still project. Additionally, he has resources to assist in creating unique distilled spirits, including heirloom grains, barrels for aging, and recipes. Check out Russell's company online at moonshinestillpro.com. Finally, I have a question for you. Have you ever boxed a bear? Of course not. That'd be silly. Bears really don't follow the rules, so shots in the back of the head, punches to the nuts, and scrums after the bell would be the norm. A better idea would be to enjoy Boxing Bear Whiskey, a brand crafted by Nobleton's Distilling House in Union, Missouri, and sold exclusively at the ABV Barrel Shop in suburban St. Louis. This is a popular offering that sells out quickly, but when you are in town, stop by the ABV Barrel Shop and see if they have it in stock. Better yet, sign up for their email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com and you'll know exactly when it is in stock. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.